So first, I want to take the time to thank all of you for taking time out of your busy time to come spend tonight with us, kind of learn about what we're about, and the things that we want to do to work with all the organizations that are here currently. So we're really excited about bringing professional hockey to Findlay.
Speak up just a little bit so I can hear you in the back.
Can you hear me back there now, Mr. Fowler? Can you hear me?
No.
You didn't teach me how to talk loud. So, like I said, we're really excited to bring professional hockey to Findlay. We think that this market is fantastic for a team of this type. Um, so the support that we've got so far from community, from the sponsors, has been absolutely amazing. So we've really kind of announced on social media about 3 weeks ago, and our social medias have taken off. We've gathered a very decent amount of sponsors already, which has been fantastic. Um, so we just want to thank you guys for coming and for your guys' support. So we'll do a little bit of an introduction. Scott Brand, the commissioner of the MIHL, could not make it tonight. He had eye surgery, so he cannot drive. So he will not be here. I'll let these three introduce themselves.
Well, Christina Muryn, Mayor of the City of Findlay, thank you all for being here this evening.
Rob Martin, Service Safety Director for the City of Findlay.
And Lisa Mansfield, the Recreation Manager for the city.
And we'll go over here. So this will be part of our member group for the Findlay Force. So we have Troy
Bose, Director of Hockey Operations. President, Director. Derek Whitaker, be the President of Business Operations.
and I'm Cody Lang. I am the official owner of the Findlay Force. So a little bit about my background. I spent the last 15 years officiating at the professional hockey level, in the PHL and the SPHL. I spent 4 years in the WCHA, so Bowling Green, Ferris State were my two places I went there. Unfortunately, I did play 4 years of varsity high school for Bowling Green, so I know that's going to get some chuckles. So, but I really enjoyed that rivalry. And when we came here, it was always great hockey. And I came to the high school game against Bowling Green a couple weekends ago, and what a crowd! That's the crowd we're looking for, the support that we want. We think we can really bring professional hockey to Findlay. So that's kind of my background. I don't know if you guys want to give a little bit of background about yourselves.
So myself, I started playing the game of hockey at 2.5. Played all the way through amateurs with the Sylvania Hockey Organization. Spent many of Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings down here playing against the local travel teams. Continued my playing career at the junior level. Went on to play Division I club for the University of Toledo. Took a leave of absence from the game of hockey for a little bit. But I've been officiating for 22 years now. I've got 6 years of high school hockey experience at the coaching level, as well as I was the head coach at the University of Toledo for a couple of years. So kind of cover all aspects of the game of hockey, including a Zamboni driver. So that's a fun fact. So yeah, I'm really excited, just as Cody is, to be here in the city of Findlay. From my experience, even at the travel level with Findlay hockey, they have such a good community base around them, which is really big for the three of us, and even the behind the scenes people. Look forward to giving back to the community, being part of the community, interacting with them, whether it's skill clinics in the off season with the youth here, to getting out and helping fundraise and interacting with other organizations within the city. Happy you guys are all here and really excited for the opportunity to get out and show you what the force is made of.
Me. Derek, your turn.
Great. I started playing hockey when I was 23, so a little late to the game there, but I always tried to find some high-level hockey to play, so I played down here in the men's league and some A-level hockey. I've been to some hockey camps by Rose just to try and beef up, but I'm not the president of hockey ops. I'm the president of business ops. So I graduated from UT with honors in a business school, and then I went to BGSU, got my MBA. I own 2 successful businesses right now, so I can provide some pretty decent business insight and hopefully alternative point of views that we'll consider here and there, and just kind of make everything a little bit of a success. One of the things I am going to be focusing on is our community engagement, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But that's going to be really important to us because we don't want to just be a team. So much more to what we're trying to do.
Awesome. We do have a couple other people that are on staff. Mr. Fowler is our PA announcer. My wife back there, director of media. Who else do we got here? Keith Kokinda is our TV play-by-play. He does Ohio State men's and women's hockey. So we're really building a really great staff. Oh, yeah, we have Ben back there. Ben is our production media manager. He spent 4 years with Buffalo Sabres, and MSG Network. So we're really bringing in a lot of talented people to help make this as professional as we can. So we're really happy with the people that we brought on, and we have a lot more people that we're bringing on here in the next couple months. So I kind of want to go into our team mission and kind of why we came to Findlay. Again, we think it's a great hockey market for professional hockey. We've picked a league, and I'm sure some of you can already see it. We'll officially announce it a little later, but it's clean, fast-paced hockey. It's not, there are fights in professional hockey, but it's not where we're fighting every whistle. So we've made that decision to go to a league that's a lot more cleaner, to bring a high level, fast-paced style of hockey to Findlay that I think a lot of people in Findlay want to see. They don't want to see all the stupid stuff that goes on sometimes in lower professional hockey. We want to keep prices down for fans. So that's one of our biggest things. It should be family affordable for people to attend professional hockey games. You go to a walleye game, a family of 4 you're looking at $100 to $200. So we really want to keep them prices down. And our biggest thing is being a part of the community, right? So if we don't have community, we don't have fans, we don't have sponsors, we don't have a team. So our biggest thing, and all 3 of us are on this same level, that we want to get back to our community. That's our driving force. I personally don't do this to make money. I do this because I love the game of hockey. And giving back to the community is really important to us. Whether that be through the groups that use the rink, nonprofits, anything that we can do to support those. That's really what we want to do. So I know there's been a lot of some fear that I kind of want to address. That the thing that we've heard is that we're coming in to steal everybody's ice. That's definitely not the case. So we are working heavily with the rink to put ourselves into spots that aren't used. And we'll kind of get into that later when we go into the league a little more and kind of how our schedule is structured. And then I just want to put that out there that we're not here to take ice time away from anybody. That's not our goal. That's not why we're coming here. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there. The next thing is our relationship with the rink has been absolutely phenomenal. Lisa and Mike have been nothing but supportive. We really couldn't have asked for a better start to this. And at this level, you have to have a great working relationship between the city, the rink, and the team for it to succeed. So I really want to say thanks to you, Lisa. Mike's not here, but for making that such an easy thing for us. We really do appreciate that. So league wise, as you can see, we'll be joining the Michigan Independence Hockey League. It's a semi-pro league. Mostly all the teams are out of Michigan. So they have 6 teams this season. We'll be the 7th team next season with, from what I've heard, anywhere between another 4 to 6 teams joining in the upper state of Ohio and mid-Michigan. So we picked that league. So like I said before, we want high pace, fast hockey. We don't want the fighting after every whistle. That's not the style of hockey that we build our team around, and that's not the style of hockey we want for you guys to watch. So before we open it up to Q&As, I want to give you guys the opportunity to speak. So.
Well, thank you again, Mayor Christina Muryn with the City of Findlay. Really appreciate you all taking time to come out here today. Thank you to our other user groups, and I really want to give a shout out to the guys. One of the things that is a goal of the City of Findlay is to continue to have really high quality of life, and that means having opportunities for everybody to engage in our community, sporting events, family-friendly events that people can attend throughout the year. So we're really excited to continue to build upon the culture of love for hockey and ice skating and building that. And one of the things that we really love about this group when they reached out to us, we were trying to decide if it was a good fit for the community, was the desire to work and really support the culture rather than the kind of strong arm come in. So I know the users groups will have conversations later, but I know that they're really been great to work with and understand the priority on our current users and continuing to support that. The other big thing is that when we are building the utilization of the Cube facility, taking advantage of that then also supports potential opportunities in the future. So we're excited. Last year we had the Flag City Sluggers start, and that was really well received by the community, getting people out and really just having those family-friendly activities. And then I think that will continue with attracting folks to come and see professional hockey and really enjoy that. So we're excited from the city side to be able just to continue to diversify what's available in our community, raise our profile. We're small but mighty, and really excited for the fun that's going to be had in these walls. So thank you, gentlemen. There's a lot to be worked through in the next couple of weeks, but I really appreciate Lisa taking the lead on this, and appreciate you guys coming out to show support and continue to spread the good word about all the fun being had in Findlay, Ohio. So thank you guys, and congratulations. I think you guys are going to do some question.
If this
You guys want to say?
Lisa,
Do you want me to open?
Yours?
All right, I'll open it up for question and then field them accordingly, and then they just get assigned. Yeah, Rich.
Did you tell them that you're a former hockey yet?
I did not. No, honestly. So this has been one of those great projects, and I just want to take a minute. One of the things that I tell people all the time is in Findlay, in your life, in work, whatever, it's not about, people all the time say it's who you know. And I really believe it's about who knows you, right? So one of the things that we would continue to try to do is raise the profile of our community. That helps when we're recruiting residents, when we're recruiting businesses, and we're just competing on a daily basis to be a great place. And so I think great things like this are a testament to that. Is they reached out to us and said, hey, we've seen what's been going on in your community. We think it's a great opportunity to add this amenity. They started talking to Lisa, and this is actually the first time I've met them. We've talked on the phone, but Lisa's been leading the charge and kind of just running things past Rob and I, and we've said, go, no go. Yep, you're good. All right, cool. And so I'm really excited to be able to do this. So yes, my hockeyette days are coming back. That's also why I'm able to yell so much better than they were. Yeah. Other questions?
I have one question, Second Scanner Media. This is for the city of Findlay. What does this mean for the Cube as a whole? We know all summer long, so many baseball games out there. The parking lot is packed all summer long. What does this mean for the off season for the Cube? Does this bring more people into Findlay and into the Cube and check out the Cube for the first time? This is the first time I've been in this facility. I've been outside the facility. What's this mean for everyone coming into the Cube for the first time?
Well, I will start by correcting you. This is definitely not the off season. We really do not have an off season. As a testament to many of the folks in the room today are people that utilize this facility throughout the year. So I think this is really just building upon it. And I think that that's part of the logistical challenges. I know there's some anxiety, but that was one of our big things is how, hey, we know you want to utilize the facility, but our ice is full a lot of times. So how do you guys come in and complement while also building the utilization? You know, we can't make future promises about what this means for the facility, but I think when we are making investment decisions or proposing investment decisions, showing that we're maximizing the facility to start with is one of the key things to be able to sell additional improvements. So I think that this is really going to be a nice complement to our existing users. It'll be a little bit more of a logistical headache at times for Lisa as we put the puzzle together, but they really have been really flexible in understanding our existing demands. So I think Findlay continues to see recreation and tournament utilization, whether it's at the ball fields or at these or at the soccer fields across the community, as a huge draw. And I think that continues to feed the local economy, especially when we look at the revenue that the city receives through the hotel motel tax. And then by continuing to grow that, that allows us to make additional investments into things that bring folks in.
Because definitely the people coming to the hockey game are probably going to sleep in Findlay, eat in Findlay, spend time in Findlay, so they're going to check everything else. So it's really good for tourism as well, because some of these folks are probably coming down from Michigan area.
Yeah.
So they're not going to drive down and drive back, so they're going to spend some time.
That is exactly our goal. Other questions? Awesome. Anything else you thought of we needed to add?
Figured there'd be a lot more questions, to be honest with you.
They're just so excited. I'm sure they have questions. Thank you all. Oh, Rich, sorry, I didn't see you. And then Clippy. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the one thing I wanted to add to the mayor is as far as utilization of the facility, it is our goal at the end of the year, based off profitability, to help give back and make additions and help put more things into the rink, whether it's new lighting, if there's glass that needs to be done, those types of things. I'm a hockey father myself. I get the expense that some of the travel teams and even the recreational hockey costs. So we want to give back to not only the game, but the community, and also partner, like we talked about with Lisa, with helping out around the rink. So those are also things that we've already discussed. We discussed it with Lisa when we sat down with her. But those are ideas and things that have been in the forefront of our mind to want to help give back. So we're not just coming in to take the ice for our ice slots that were allotted, but we also want to then return investment back into the ring. So that's something that's, I think, very important.
Okay, so, when is your game ice? When will you play games? What nights of the week? When are you gonna play? And when are you gonna practice? What time of day are you gonna practice?
So Cliff, we don't have all of those details yet.
Well, it's pretty significant.
Yeah, yep. And we're going to talk about that in the user group meeting a little bit. But the big thing is that they're able to schedule around our existing demands. And Lisa, as she does with all of our other facilities, says, okay, what are the immovables? What are the flexibles? And how do we complement those? So that's part of the conversation and the work that they do with the league. So for the Sluggers, for example, we said, hey, here's the teams that are already scheduled for the time. So here's where we can fit you in. And they tell us that. And then they say, hey, here are some of the ones that can't be moved or are need to be within this time frame. What time of day do we need to be to accommodate some of that? So we understand the priority that the high school gets and the other established user groups. And that's why then we'll work with them to work through those details. But their schedule hasn't been set yet. And that's part of what we will do is Lisa's already looking and saying, hey, here's the folks that are already scheduled and how do we put that puzzle together?
And where will they dress?
Yep. So we're working through all of those different,
Also
those aspects, and we
in the works
understand.
on what we're gonna do.
Yep, because you guys obviously have a level of agreement, and so we'll work through that, and that's also some of the improvement discussions that we're having.
Well, that's not decided yet.
Correct. There's some things that we're going to be flexible on in the short term, and some that then will then be more helpful long term. So yes, not all of those details are worked through yet.
And we partner with a lot of companies for our games,
Sure.
from Texas Roadhouse to Pelosino. We have a lot of sponsors that we deal with.
Sure.
We do a lot of things in our games, like cancer awareness nights, military appreciation night. We do a lot of things in our games and draw people in here. Just like you said, you came to the Bowling Green, there was probably 800 to 1,000 people. That's what we like to have here every time we play.
Yep.
And we get pretty good numbers most of our games, most of the time.
Yep.
So just wanted you to know that, you know, this isn't just a little high school program. It's been here for 45 years.
Absolutely.
So,
Trust me,
Yeah.
it was beat into my head for 4 years. I remember very well.
And I-
One of the draws.
Even the St. Francis game, you see the highlights on BCSN, Channel 11, things like that. The place was packed. 4 or 5 days later, it was the same turnaround from BG to St. Francis. So that is another reason that when we talked about location, we know that there's a hockey fed here in Northwest Ohio. We know there's a really tight hockey community here in Findlay. That we thought it'd be a great opportunity, that we could be successful, and kind of what the mayor was touching on as far as bringing people in, as far as drawing people into the city for residency and moving here. We're going to have young guys that are looking to relocate. Some might already have families. What better place to live than one of the #1 family cities in the country? So all that was been taken into consideration. But yeah, you guys absolutely have great partnerships with the community. It's kind of something we've modeled ourselves behind and wanted to accomplish here as well.
I think we're here to complement that.
Yep.
And whatever that we can do to help support you guys is really, I mean, that's something we talk about. How can we support the groups that do use the rink? And with you guys being one of the main ones, high school hockey is important here.
I do have to say, had an experience with we're all a team that was here before. There was all kinds of problems. Stealing sticks, stealing tape, beer and stuff, cans in the locker room.
Very well aware
It
of all
was
of
not a pretty picture.
We run our
Just
ship
want
with
to-
an iron.
We had that in our brain.
And
Yeah.
that's why we've made it a point to stand up there at the podium and let you guys know that is not what we're going to bring here. That is an absolute no-go for coding ourselves. We've built reputations as officials. We know what we would tolerate. And again, if one of our players were to do something outside of our code of conduct, not only within the league, but our organization, there will be discipline from the team itself. And again, we have affiliates. We have other clubs looking at us on wanting to bring guys up. We're not going to tarnish that because we got a partnership at the next level. And that style of hockey just, it doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't sit well with coach.
Any other questions?
So I've got a little bit of experience there with Findlay hockey. I've built like 20 years. I love it. We have multiple faces in the room here that have come out of the Findlay High School hockey program and have gone on to play next level hockey. Is that part of the plan for the Force, is to be a feeder to use local talent to see what their next step can be as well?
Absolutely.
So a good majority of our roster will be fairly local. With that, it's probably within an hour or two. And whatever local talent that we can get that, you know, when they finish up with high school, if they decide they're not going to college to play hockey, then we definitely want a chance to give those guys an opportunity to keep playing hockey. The great thing about this league is I call it the workman's league. So a lot of these guys still work a 9 to 5. So these guys, they don't house here, they don't live here unless they're super close. So they come in for games and practices. They work 9 to 5. They don't have to go to work on Monday. So they don't come out to play garbage hockey because they have to go to work on Monday. But these guys are playing this level of hockey because they love it. They want to be there. They want to be in the community. That's the biggest part that sets away from this type of professional hockey from you go to the ECHL. Guys get paid a bunch of money. They're there because it's a job. These guys are here because they love it. And I think that's really speaks to the guys that we bring in. Have a very big vetting process on the guys that we do bring in. Been in professional hockey for 15 years. I know we use those connections. If I don't know a player personally, I will find out everything about So, but and on top of that, having affiliate in the next league up, like you were talking about, Mr. Fowler, we have the opportunity to take local talent and move it to the next level. FPHL has, I think they're up to 14 or 16 teams. And they're always looking for guys that want to go to that next level. So there's a lot of opportunity for the young guys that do play hockey here that maybe aren't going somewhere else to play in front of their hometown. I think that's what's really special about this league. Guys do get to play in front of their family and friends.
Does a player pay a fee to play on your team?
So it depends. It really goes up to each team. The league doesn't have a set. There are some teams that do carry like a $500 fee. Basically goes to pay for equipment. And goes like that. So our goal is we don't want to do that. So that's where the sponsor budget comes in. So we utilize the sponsorship money for everything. So a team at this level, a budget you're looking roughly between 60 and 80,000 minimum, where the budget sits. So there's teams in other leagues that guys pay $1,000, some guys pay $500, some teams don't. So our goal as a team is that it. But again, that really depicts on what we get sponsors, something like that. But it will really be decided. I think our free agent camp will be in July. So in the next couple of months, as we kind of go through and start having sponsors roll in, get a really better picture of our budget. That's kind of when we make that decision. But it's in this level of hockey, it's really different.
Perfect. Final question. All right. Well, thank you all.
Oh,
Oh,
Mary, I'll
yeah.
come back
Go ahead.
here. So we are 5 days a week, a lot of times. This facility itself, on foot traffic, you get 6 months out of the year. Actually, all year with the. Where is the city's investment? We're out of capacity after 5 o'clock. Where is the city? Also bring this in. Youth programs, the high school, figure skating. I mean, we're throwing bags in the hallway. We don't have locker room capacity. This facility is full after 5 o'clock. Parents, kids. So what are we doing about that as well?
Yeah, so this facility, that's one of the reasons that we want to continue to bring in users and maximize it, because it's a loss for the city every year. You know, we're subsidizing all of the operations, all the capital improvements. And to do any sort of expansion, which we would love to do, is multi-millions of dollars, especially if we wanted to add an additional rink or sheet of ice. You know, so right now what we're looking at is our city engineer and Rob and Lisa are working through where we can better maximize the space, whether that is adding additional locker capacity, better utilizing some of the spaces. Obviously, there's just minor maintenance items that this building takes a lot of wear and tear. So just cleaning up some of those amenities. But right now, it's a lot of kind of just maintenance related items while we look at additional expansions and how we better utilize it. I can't tell you any specifics at this point in time, just because it all depends on what we can accommodate without significant, without blowing out walls or doing different things like that. But we are always looking for investments, and every year when we're doing the capital plan, unfortunately, the last couple of years, it's been uncool things like chillers and lighting and the ceiling system. But we are looking to do some improvements to the locker facilities, but there's nothing definitive at this point in time.
What other building has this one? I really don't know.
Well, this is the primary one, but when we're looking at capital investments, we're looking across the entire city of Findlay. And unfortunately, there's only so many, when we're looking at, okay, we got to buy police cars, we got to buy a new fire truck, we got to repave roads, we got to set money aside for larger projects. all of those different things play into it. And the last couple of years, we've, been putting millions of dollars, but it's in the unfun things. Other questions? All right, perfect. We're going to take just like a hot second. I don't know if the media want to do any interviews with you guys, but then I know we're going to do the user group meeting. So feel free to stick around. But if there's anybody that's not sticking around for that meeting, you're free to go. And I don't know if you want to take pictures with our guests or anything like that, but we'll take a quick snippet of a break to let the media and whatnot go. And then we'll do the user group meeting. Appreciate everybody coming.
Sure.